Legends of the Nightlife, man. I got a very, very special guest on today. Somebody who's very influential in the New York party promotion, event planning space, even Miami. I know you do things in different places too. I'm here sitting here having a conversation with Mr. Mike Chambers.
It's good, y'all. What's good, y'all?
Really good having you on, man. Like, a lot of people who know kind of things that I've done, I wish they could have known the whole journey. That's kind of why I want to have certain conversations, because I can really say you're one of the individuals that helped me get started in party promotion and just learning the industry. You know what I'm saying?
No, I appreciate that, bro. You know, I always looked out in any way I could, for a fact.
Yeah, for real. You're definitely one of those individuals that you were never like selfish. You always help us get certain spots, and we kind of operate in different age ranges. You know, it wasn't like really competition like that, but you motivated us to be able to have that consistency because you've been consistent for a long time. For the people who don't know who you are directly, what's your story? Give us a little bit of a rundown about who you are and what you're doing.
I pretty much started out, I always tell this story, but I started out from doing nutcrackers, making nutcrackers, doing parties in the backyards, little hole in the wall spots every now and then. I would say I started out in my backyard, but it was like my basketball. As growing up, basketball was my passion, so I became popular off of basketball. And being around a lot of females, high school, popular, the popular crew, stuff like that. And I was like, getting out of high school, gonna need some kind of money, quick money too, for the summertime. Your parents is not really holding you down. You want them to, you're not gonna get no kind of handouts. So I was like, let me start getting into something that's gonna make me some money and keep me out the way.
Nah, facts.
Yeah.
So you knew early on that you could monetize your popularity and be able to curate these vibes. What was the situation in terms of, okay, now you've been selling nutcrackers. What was your first club that you promoted at?
So nutcrackers sound crazy, right?
Hey, man, we all start doing shit. We all start somewhere, bro.
My first club, I think it was my first club that I did after my barbecue. I think I did Mink or Mangoville.
Mink or Mango, yeah. That's in Queens, right?
Yeah, that was up by, where is that, Liberty and 180th. It's now a church. It's now a church.
Yeah.
But it's Liberty and, it's probably
Liberty and 180th. Is that before the train tracks?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, right there, literally.
Right before the train tracks, by Lefferts.
Lefferts? Yeah. No, not Lefferts.
No,
the other
I'm thinking
side,
Liberty on the other side.
This is by Henderson.
Yeah, you like north side type shit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's where everybody was doing parties coming out of high school or during high school.
I heard of Mangoville for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
It was a funny story is Connie Diamond, she was one of my hosts at that time. Like my big host, Connie Diamond, Day Mel. Oh my God, do something in the industry as of right now, but
Yeah. Because I know we're like me and Skrills and like that whole era, I guess, was like y'all were doing it before us, and we kind of learned from you. Like, how long were you doing parties and like doing your thing before like me and Skrills and them like was around? I'm just curious how long it was.
I started fake late, like really getting into it, as my peers would say. I started late because they started at 13, 14. I started at 9. Probably like 21, 22, give or take. Yeah, 21, 22.
Okay.
Yeah.
By that time, I was probably still in them. We're a little like 6 years apart, so I was probably in like high school around that time. So you guys was running Queens. You was just doing parties in Queens from age 21. Did you ever go out of Queens, or did you just stay Queens?
At that time, me personally, nah. I didn't go out of Queens. I didn't have no intentions on going out of Queens. I probably partied every now and then in Brooklyn, went to AC. I went to Atlantic City. I went to anywhere that I could possibly go, like driving wise, I guess, at a young age, to see how the party life was different. And I'm always like adventurous. So as my friends say, let's go, we out.
Okay. And you would basically take those elements, things that you saw at other events, and kind of implement it in what you were doing. That's smart. What do they call that? Like project research,
Yeah. Pretty much project research. You soak up whatever you learn outside of your area and bring it to your area.
Okay. And then, so how did you get to the point where you just had So because when I met you, when we kind of, what I remember is
Clippers.
Clippers
I
2.
I about to say was Clippers for you. Was Clippers 2 before Lorna's?
Oh, you know what? Lorna's was first. You're right. Lorna's was first. Lorna's
Or
was first. And then after
yeah.
that, we went to Clippers. Okay, so Lorna's, that's one of
Nah,
my
nah. What about the St. John spot?
trads. But was you at trads?
Yeah, with the
But I'm
blue
saying like,
the blue Long Island and all that.
yeah, them shits was crazy. Okay, cool. Cause you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking about just like business wise. But yeah, did we meet at trads?
I can't even. I don't remember honestly. I think I pulled up. I spoke to you and you were Skrills for a second, and then we end up double backing.
Yeah, that's what
We
it
end,
was.
yeah, we end up double backing at Lorna's, and then we just chopped it up for a little bit. Then we was like, yo,
Yeah.
um, y'all was asking me for spots. Y'all was asking me for local spots. 'Cause I remember y'all did it Halloween.
Lorner's, man. I remember the Lorner's event. We did a big trads event. And I think we booked Lorner's through you. And funny story about that event. I don't know if you remember. I remember the fact that we paid for the spot. That was the first time we ever like really tried to book a whole spot out and do an event. But we did
Oh yeah,
trads so much and it was so lit. We thought that it would transfer. Like we could bring all of that to Lorner's, which is on a whole different side of shit.
yeah,
and
right,
our crowd wasn't there yet, and I remember, man, me and Skrills, we put that money down. We got Shiggy to come out. We had
yeah. Shiggy was there early.
Shiggy was there early. I appreciate him for that. Bruh Man, Bruh Man came on account of Skrills, and basically Skrills told Bruh Man he was gonna pay him like $1,500. He was already down. I'm like, Skrills, what are you doing? I remember it was funny as hell, man. Apparently, bro, it's a funny story now, but apparently there was a gun involved. But yeah, it was wild shit. But yeah, man, that was one of my first L's that I learned as a lesson in terms of the whole curating event space shit. And like I said, you were there for that, and you were there. Clippers helping me, I know you had some dates on Saturdays. I was trying to do Fridays, and
Yeah, we had different dates. I forgot what it
yeah,
was though. That's so long
yeah,
ago.
but still, even like I kind of got to learn from what you were doing a little bit in the sense of,
Yeah.
like
You had Clippers. You had. I think you had Clippers, and I had Upper Deck at the time. I didn't do Clippers. Guns
Upper
and
Deck
them
is
did
right
Clippers.
across, like right there though.
Yeah.
Okay, you didn't do Clippers after that. Yeah, okay. So then, what happened so now in the Clippers era? I want to give it context, like 2014, 2015. What do you think?
Yeah, 14. I'm gonna say 14.
15, at least 15, because I know we did Traz 2014. We started doing Traz kind of more heavy in 2015, and we trying to expand. Okay, so cool. So now Clippers. Let's, I'm just kind of fast forwarding a little bit.
Yeah, we got
You
so
helped
much.
us get.
I said we got so much. It's a storyline for everything.
Nah, literally, bro. We had DJ Drewski coming out there for Fuck Finals. I remember that was a very great experience, and you actually helped us end up getting. I know you helped us get at least the majority of our shits. I can really think about that because it was like. That's why I said there's no NWP without my neighbors because this shit. I was fiending. I wanted to get. Wow, what's the fucking? You got it right now too, Juve.
Oh yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. And the guy, the Dash, the guy in East Bay over there, shout out to them. Yeah, man, I remember we was trying to, I was trying to get Juve, and you helped me with that as well. That was where we started. We were just trying to get bigger venues and stuff like that.
That was right
Damn
before,
near.
that's before the Amadeus, right?
Yeah. Juve was our step before Amadeus. We had to do Juve a few more times before we felt comfortable with Amadeus. And Amadeus, we ended up getting through Dave, who was actually going to be somebody we talked to, too. Dave is funny as hell.
Yeah.
He used to manage...
Disco Dave.
Yes, Disco Dave. He used to manage, what you call it? West side of Manhattan. Orbit, yes. Space Ibiza, literally. Yeah, there you go. I got the thing behind me, I should know.
Yeah,
Space
yeah.
Ibiza. Yeah, that's what we did, Amigos shit and whatever the case may be. And then, yeah, okay, cool. And then he
Tell
ended
him
up
the story.
managing Amadeus.
Tell him the story about Migos.
Amigo story. I mean, I don't even know. What is that? Is that a story? Is that a story worth telling?
Remember
Talk to me. You got a story. I want to hear you talk. Go ahead. Tell me your story about Migos.
Remember we was doing. I did Stage 48. You did Migos. Two big event planners from Queens, pretty much doing, situations in the city at the same time. So we pretty much had over 2,000 people. Yeah.
Yep.
Over 2,000 people. So that's another thing where I always tell people like, yo, you don't got to think about people in your demographic as competition because there's so many people out here
Yeah.
that you could
No,
market to. New
that's
York
very
City
true.
is yeah, New York City is filled up of a million people.
Yeah.
No cap.
There's a lot out there for all of us. It sucks that a lot of people don't have that mentality with the promoting thing, because it
Yeah,
does have, you feel scarcity at a time when your shit is not as big as you want. You think other people are taking those people, and it's really just your work that's going to give you your
that's lit-
longevity in the game.
that's literally it. So it's nothing to really put somebody on to make some bread and
Yeah.
not expect anything from it. Or it's business. It is what it is.
Also, it's good having promoter friends. Like, you don't want to be that promoter that your parties are lit but nobody likes you. Like, it's stupid. Because me, I was doing my parties and shit, but at the
Yeah,
same time, I know if I want to have a different vibe, I could go to Mike Chambers shit. And he'll, show
yeah,
love.
hold
He
it
showed
down.
love
Yeah,
multiple times. Every single time I'm in New York, even after now, I don't even, promote the same
yeah.
way. So it's not even like an exchange thing where it's like, oh, I need you to do this for me. Like, it's genuine love, and I appreciate that. Same thing with Skrills. If I want to go out to Shemansky's, he'll hold it down for me and shit. I'm not really doing events in that way,
In
pretty
that
much, but I
format,
do
yeah.
want to shine a light on people in the nightlife. There's people that need to know the impact that you have and the fact that you've helped so many individuals. It's probably not only me. Obviously, I feel like, because
Yeah.
it's my life, obviously,
Fact,
I'm a total.
it's your POV, right? That's what they call
Yeah.
it, POV.
Yeah. But, other people, if they see it, they can appreciate it. And then we got to talk about very impressive and
Yeah.
what you guys do. How did that come apart? Like, when did it become? I know it was always Mike Chambers. When did Mike Chambers meet other people and then do other things? Tell me about that.
First, I was doing events like pretty much by myself. Then I linked up with Diddy and Chance. My
Okay.
one of my close friends put me on to Chance. Like, yo, he does basketball tournaments and he does parties, but I really didn't know them as much. But I went to their parties, and we had a lot of mutual friends. So it's, yo, whenever y'all link up, y'all link up. But I was only doing parties once every 3 months at a point in time. And it's, yo, these are some guys that you should, network with or talk to, and they're just like-minded like you. So I linked up with Chance. I started doing more events with Chance a lot. Then Cruz was doing parties before me as well. That's why I said I started later than they did. They was pretty much old. They were a little bit older than me, not
Okay.
by a lot, but within the party industry, they was a
Yeah.
lot older than me.
Okay.
Cruz
Oh,
came up
yeah.
with the situation. Cruz, me, Booth, and Chance was like, oh, very impressive. Cruz curated the name, and we went along with it. A lot of girls started saying it, and it just started catching a little. It started becoming catchy.
I like it. Nah, I definitely
Yeah.
remember. I remember. What year do you think Very Impressive started, you would say?
In my eyes, probably like 16.
16? Okay.
Yeah, around the time we probably did our like first pool party or something.
Yeah.
Because we were just doing pool parties back to back
Yeah.
every weekend or something like that. Like either it's a chill vibes where we invite girls out, and it'll be
Cool.
just literally like 10 guys, 30 girls. Then we started doing.
That's a ratio. A ratio matters, guys. All promoters out there, ratios matter.
That's a fact.
Nah,
That's a
facts.
fact.
All right. So then, boom. I definitely remember Very Impressive because, like I said, 2015, I remember you were doing events. Like, yeah, you and Chance were probably doing events, and maybe but it wasn't fully Very Impressive yet because I remember the pool party. That pool
Yeah.
party has been lit every year since.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I need you know what it is. Now that I'm potting now, I need to get like official invites to niggas parties.
I'm gonna send you a little clip that you could throw in here for the pool party.
Yeah, exactly. We got to show. Listen, that's what I'm doing. I'm making sure it's a visual experience too. Like, this is just us talking, but we gonna throw some clips into certain things that I could find because there's receipts and everything we're talking about. But yeah, definitely got a very impressive pool party. One of the best in Queens. I feel like, honestly, bro, I think I could say you are the most consistent and well-rounded and more business-minded. I could say you're best promoter in Queens. I want to say that, honestly.
I definitely appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, man, you've just been around so many different spots. You have an idea. I see what you did. You picked up spots that, listen, I always know that the moves that you make were great because it gave me an idea of what moves are smart. I would say that I can definitely see that. You get in certain spots. What's the spot in a story the second last time I was out, you had me out to?
Stilettos.
Stilettos.
Yeah.
That spot is beautiful, brother.
Yeah,
And
stiletto.
you curated that relationship with him. I remember because that spot was about to open up, and we were trying to get into that spot a little bit,
Oh,
but
actually, I think you're talking about Cavalli instead of
no,
Stiletto.
Cavalli, not Stilettos. Did they
Yeah.
change the name, or is that
Nah,
it's a
that's the
whole
name,
different spot?
Cavalli.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what happened with Cavalli. What happened with that shit though?
Cavalli, we still got it.
Okay, cool, but Cavalli's
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, Cavalli's the bigger room.
Yeah, and you
I
know
don't
what it
know.
is, man. You have an ability which a lot of promoters need to know or understand is to your relationships with venue owners, and I guess maybe just how you just handle your business is a very big reason I think to why you've been having so much sustainability. And you just get all the venues. I've always seen it that way.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
Yeah, and it's
I,
valuable
I,
because of the fact that especially us, black and just trying to work with these different club owners, and they're never black normally.
that's a fact. I feel like the relationships with the club owners is very. You need to have a strong relationship, to be honest with you, because once you have a strong relationship with them, they'll give you other plugs into other situations, and then that you show them that you're sharp with your business mind and how you operate. They're gonna be like, okay, I'm not messing with I'm not dealing with a dummy.
Yeah,
He has the safety of the club in mind. He has the money of he understands the business and the back end of the business. He understands the bottom line of the business. So therefore, I can trust him with my club. And even if he's saying I'm not going to make you $1 million, because that's what most promoters shoot themselves in the foot. They tell these promoters, they tell these clubs, "Hey, I'm going to make you this amount of money and like this. There's nobody else out there like me. There's plenty of people out there just
yep,
like you, but articulating your words and actually knowing what to do in certain scenarios is what's gonna, make them treat you differently or have a better understanding of how to move with you.
need facts. What's your favorite way to get a venue?
Honestly, I have a lot of relationships with my elders as far as the older promoters and the promoters that are in the spots already. So the promoter may have wanted to work with me. This is us probably leveraging certain things. Promoter might want to work with me, and he has the date and the spot. He may give me another date and saying hopefully that we can work together in another
Exactly.
venture. And also, I have good relationships, just as there's no leverages involved. Hey, this is my guy. I know him since such and such. I've done events with him, or I've been to his events, and they have never made $1 with me. And they're like, yo, I'll put you on like-minded people, you know.
Facts. Facts.
So, yeah.
So you basically use your network and your name, honestly, and what you do to kind of help you, leverage certain situations, and that is good because
Yeah,
not
I showed
everybody
up.
can walk off the street and just get a venue.
Yeah, I showed him my page lives. I
Yeah,
showed him my page. I showed him
yeah,
my page lives only because I don't want to make them feel like I'm gonna do a great event just like that off the rip. Maybe it may be a one-off, and I'll show them my page, or it may be everything could be fabricated on Instagram. So
yeah,
they know this,
yeah.
so they also are capable of all of them are in the board together somewhere along the lines. With if it's a story, they all in the boards together, so they know with what spot is doing what. So if you mention a big name, this is my thought process. I get a small venue, I build my name up. I go to a bigger spot, build my name up. So they're like, oh, my capacity is 600 people. He did 800 people before, so at this venue, hey, he might could work. Let's see how it
Facts.
goes.
Oh yeah, that's good, man. So what are your current right now, 2023? What's your lineup event wise for the week?
I have Coco Larev on Thursdays, Friday Cavalli, Saturday Juve and District, and Sunday Stilettos.
Okay, Sunday Stilettos. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Have you ever done a strip club?
Nah, I think that's the promoter's graveyard.
Word. Why?
Nah, that's just my thought process on it. I don't like it.
Do you make less money in the strip club as a promoter? What do you
Nah,
think?
I don't. I have no idea.
I don't
I
know either,
commend.
honestly.
Yeah, I commend them because they do it every trip. Strip club promoters, nothing wrong with them, and nothing wrong with that
No, of course.
situation. Just not my cup of tea.
Yeah, I promoted at Aces for maybe like a few months because I was
Ace,
fucking with Frederick Doe and
yeah,
shit.
Yeah.
and he was helping me in certain things. And I did try it, and I didn't really see. It just
The
didn't. It
benefit.
does feel kind of like the promoter's graveyard now that I think about it. Compared to talking to people your people. You don't really get to really vibe with your people as much. It's like, all
Yeah.
right, they come in for.
If you a guy, if you as a guy, right, you walk in the spot, you want to see a whole bunch of beautiful females. So you walk around, you look around, you only see strippers. You may see a bunch of pretty girls, but they're in a section. So
Yeah,
I can't really stretch over the strippers, stretch over the niggas the guys that they with, and you
yeah,
know, and try to talk to somebody. It don't make no sense. The only place
yeah.
you're gonna be able to talk to them is at the door.
That's a fact.
Yeah, yeah,
No, yeah, definitely, man. That's a good vibe check in general. Some people don't know why they're going outside. If your objective is to go outside, have fun, maybe meet a shorty, whatever the case may be, you shouldn't just go to the strip club. You should literally go to an event that is like a local, weekly, even if there's a one-off, something going on where it's an actual
themed event.
event.
Yeah,
Yeah.
themed event. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, man. Coca-Cola Rev, that's Thursday. Where's that at?
that is story as well. Yeah,
Astoria. Okay. Is that a big spot? Small spot?
yeah, it's pretty big. I'm gonna say we did the bunny party over there. I don't know if you
Yeah, yes,
recall it.
with Chance?
Yeah, Chance did the bunny
Okay.
party. So yeah,
Coca-Cola,
yeah.
yeah, I gotta check that out again. I did see it, so I gotta
It's
just look at that room again.
it's a
So,
high ceiling. Yeah, it's high ceilings. It's
mhm.
got a great amount of sections. The lighting and the LEDs is great.
Nah, facts. Okay.
The
And
ambiance is
then when you do that on Thursdays, Astoria, what time they close at? Like 4, right?
yeah. I keep it regular time only
Okay.
because I know my crowd caters to the late time. Like it's inevitable, honestly.
Nah, facts. So what would you say somebody coming out to New York, people come to New York from different places and stuff. What is the event that they have to go to? Could be yours or not, just to kind of really have fun, have a vibe
To catch a
in
New
our
York
age
vibe,
range
to catch a
between
New
nine.
York vibe,
Yeah, like a real New York vibe.
I'm gonna say to catch a New York vibe, Cavalli on a
Okay.
Friday night, which is one of my events. I feel like Cavalli gives it, you know, you could see a whole bunch of different kind of people in there. Like, and I also think Juve, if you're more Caribbean,
Hmm.
honestly, it's been given this the stigma of Caribbean, and it's definitely like an international. They play international songs and music, so the vibes is definitely there.
Okay. So it's
Whether
more.
you
So it's more. So Dash is that Dash's choice or is that what's
Dara,
Dara?
yeah,
Yeah. Who's who? So basically, and that makes sense. Like I said, I completely understand it as an owner. You want to protect your spot, maybe, or whatever. You want to maybe police it, or in terms of what the music is, okay, whatever, for safety. And I don't know. That's a whole other conversation. I think Juve is definitely a good place for that. Specifically, it does give those type of vibes anyway. Little Caribbean situation. So
no,
Cavalli.
we don't only play Caribbean, but it gives you more of that kind of vibe. Like,
Now on a Saturday. A Saturday is great, honestly. Juve on a Saturday. The bottles are still cheap over there, like not OD.
it's not as cheap as we once had it, but it's definitely good. It's still
Okay, but
good,
the
still
bottles
reasonable,
okay, okay,
still
reasonable.
reasonable.
Like what's the bottles like at Cavalli?
300 a bottle. That's starting. If you come
Okay,
late, then the price is already up,
okay,
pretty much.
okay. And what are people drinking in the club right now? Like in your crowd specifically?
They went from drinking Henny to Don Julio Reposado.
And that's more expensive, or is it just the same? Senny.
Once the liquor prices, once they know what you want to drink, that price is always up. So
Yep.
before Henny was 250, then it went to 300. Now it's back to 250, and now they can't even get it off the shelf.
Yeah. That's crazy. I mean, now I guess I know your crowd has always been more of a bottle crowd anyway. Like y'all could really
Yeah,
break bars. When we first started, one of my main thing was like we had a lot of college kids, and
yeah,
we weren't really hitting that 21 plus for a couple years. We was trying to get there, but yeah, the your crowd has always been like older, so they've been able, and they just know
yeah,
what to do type shit. So
yeah,
you get the bottle wars going crazy for sure.
yeah, definitely.
What do you think about that whole bottle wars thing that went viral too? Detroit versus was it Detroit? Baltimore versus New York.
Oh, I forgot what club that was in. No, I'm trying to think of the club that it was in. I've seen it. Actually, I've seen it. That was tough. That was definitely tough.
Nah, yeah.
Um, they probably did 400 bottles in that club. I'm
God
not
damn.
even sure. I'm not even sure, but I
Do you,
definitely seen it.
So I have a question. So is the pandemic money gone? Are people still buying large amounts of shit? Tell me what's going on.
Nah, the pandemic money is definitely going.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the most money that people are getting, the most money or the most clientele that you're getting right now is the birthdays. People that
Okay, yeah.
consistently celebrating their birthdays and new 20, the people who hasn't been outside that want to celebrate and have that experience.
Yeah. That's another thing, man. Birthdays, man. You really, I guess we kind of knew it too, but I really learned the birthdays thing from you for sure. Like, birthdays it's just what it is.
That's the crowd. And that what we got to dedicate most of the events to, because
Exactly.
everybody not just coming out for one person, or just because it's a Mike Chambers party or NWP party. It's hey, Shakira celebrating her birthday. She got 50 people.
Nah, facts. Nah, that's
Mhm.
fire. So that's more normally what you, and then that's good because people's birthdays come every year. So literally you can form a business model around weekly events for individuals as long as you do your marketing. I know you already know. You've done it. You've already done it. So
Yeah,
that's pretty fire. When's your next big one-off? Are you going to do a one-off, next big one-off?
I'm doing something called the Who's Who's. I'm definitely going to invite you to that. But a lot of players in the game that come outside, you know,
That sounds fire.
yeah, you know who's the who's who's. Like, you're not
Yeah.
going. I'm not going. They could come to the door. They face card is good.
Nah, facts.
They coming with 30 girls, and this girl right here, she's coming with baddies. That's it. Like, we're not even
I
gonna
love
play.
it.
Yeah,
When is
something like
that?
that. November 3rd.
Okay, November 3rd. Damn, I gotta be in New York around that time, man. My birthday's October 31st,
Oh
and
yes.
I don't know, man. I'm trying to still figure it out, but that
I think
sounds
you should.
fucking great,
I think you should do one situation. I'm not gonna lie.
man. I don't know. I'm just enjoying my life right now. Whatever's fun is what I'm gonna do for sure. I feel like right now, things are great, and being able to kind of talk to people now, I get to kind of catch up with everybody and kind of tell these stories and talk about what we did in a sense, or and what you're still continuing to do. It definitely puts me in the party mood. It makes me want to go out a little bit more.
Nah, that's good. I remember
Nah,
we
yeah.
did. What we did? We did space together one time. That was so
Yeah,
long
for sure.
ago.
I remember we did a few events together, honestly. I gotta see. And every
And we did
time it
that.
was great.
Oh,
It was
the,
good.
the BB Kings.
BB Kings. Yes, I remember
when
your
you
logo on
when
that,
you
John.
and
Was
you
that Summer
outside
on
with the
Lock?
some winter unlock.
Winter on Lock.
Yeah,
Rest in
that
peace,
day.
P&B, Rock. Who?
Cello.
Cello, and then I think like Shiggy and Don Frazier, Don Goes Frazier was there too, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that was an interesting turnout of different individuals.
yeah. We had a lot.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
That's
that's
the time.
Winter on Lock too, because I remember that flyer, the gray flyer with P&B on it, Dave East. I'm not bugging.
The winter unlock.
Winter on Lock.
It was a blue flyer, I believe.
Oh, you know what? That might have been Winter on Lock, but I think we did Winter on Lock too. I don't know. I
Yeah.
think so. Was P&B there?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so it was definitely Winter on Lock 1. It was just regular Winter on Lock 1. I don't think we did Winter on Lock 2. But yeah, man, B Kings was fucking amazing.
Either way, that the venue was definitely it, and I know your people would definitely remember it.
Yeah, for sure.
You had the mic outside, going
Yeah.
all the way down the block. It was like, imagine the whole block of one block on the city is very long,
Nah, facts. I don't know why that line was so long.
To crowd control, to control 1,000 people at one time is kind of crazy. And
Yeah.
when I got out there, it reminded me of, you ever went to your high school graduation? Your high school, your after party.
Oh,
After
the
party.
long ass line.
Yeah. That's what
It did
reminded
like
me.
after prom type shit, you mean?
Yeah. The after
Nah,
party.
yeah, that line was long as hell. I don't know if the cops was holding the door. I gotta remember. I remember we were doing some media stuff out there, and I think Shantia B was there.
Yeah, she's still doing her thing too.
Yeah, she's doing. I gotta interview her too, man. She's great, and yeah, man, I remember that. It was a very crazy time. It was a lot of fun though. I'm surprised they let niggas even get to 7th Avenue in the city. I don't even. I'll be kind of like doing PB Kings, but they close it down now, right?
Yeah, I think it's over.
Yeah, that's just over for that.
I haven't heard of anything going on in there.
I don't think there ever will be something like that.
Nah, BB King's a Webster or never.
Nah, yeah, they let us do too much. I'm like, damn, we in the city. We in Manhattan right now with 1,000 people. People is that, hey, man, I don't know. How many children do you think you've produced as a promoter? People meeting each other.
Good question. Shit, I done got invited to so much baby showers.
There you go. You gotta be at least in the 50s, bro.
Nah,
At least.
literally, I gotta ask my Instagram that.
Nah, man,
But
that's good, man. You know what it is? I feel like people really lost respect for. People were losing respect for what it meant to be promoter, and I feel like they kind of still are sometimes. But the
yeah,
pandemic kind of woke them up. But now it's just longevity and quality. It actually shows who the hard workers are. Because I know the pandemic had to kill a lot of promoters.
I think that it definitely did kill a lot of promoters. I think it actually helped some certain promoters as well, because it's like for me, it helped me because I didn't box myself in. When they said, "Yo, shut down New York," I said, "Okay, I'm gonna do a few underground events, but I'm not gonna stick with this because I don't like this vibe 100%." So I said, "Yo, I'm gonna
In
reach out
Atlanta.
to my people who's in Atlanta
Yeah.
and figure it out." And it can't be it can't be that hard because everybody's in Atlanta that's talking about me already and keeping my name alive. So
Nah, yeah.
let's do it.
I saw
Uh,
that.
yeah.
Are you still doing parties in Atlanta like every now and then, or what is your?
Every now and then. But my boy Flashy called me to come out there. Hopefully he called me soon. I'm gonna get out there. But nah,
Okay.
I got a
Nah,
couple.
yes.
I got a good amount of connects out there, and I built a lot of clientele, like and people that actually was from the town. They actually live out there, so it's all love when I go out there.
Nah, that's fire. That's what it should be like, man. I mean, I guess how it ends up being the high level promoters in each city kind of end up need to know each other, and they will eventually know each other in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, facts. Because business always repeats itself, so open up new opportunities. Honestly,
Your next big event, say November 3rd. So now you run this. Now, what happens in the winter? Do you ever come down to Miami for events?
I'm actually doing Miami Carnival. That's the only time I really come out there.
Okay.
And then my other outside of New York event, I would say, is Festopia and doing a Memorial Day weekend. Yeah, Memorial Day weekend
Okay.
in DR.
All right,
So
Batman. Yeah, I know Miami Carnival's coming up soon. I just want to go a little into a little story time. Tell me a story about your life as a promoter, or just like a simple story where you had to go through some sort of adversity, just something that just. I asked it when I asked Bam Bam. I was talking to Bam Bam. I said, "It's like, what is your biggest failure? A failure might be a lesson, something like that. But just one of those things that you have as a story that kind of where you overcame something as a promoter."
as in, it was hard for me to get for. It was first hard for me to get in big spots. I remember one time. This just sparked in my head. I remember one time I had a party and it was supposed to be in the city, and the week of my birthday event, my birthday is in January, so I call it No Champagne Remains.
Yes, sir. No champagne remains. I
They
gotta get
I
invited to
booked
that too. I love
I
that one.
did it.
That's the best. That's the best one, honestly.
No, I appreciate it, Brody. I had an event and it was pretty much I had 25 tables. The venue I had got it a month and a, 2 months before the venue. I didn't need to put down no deposit because the person I dealt with, he was very trustworthy at the time. And he said, "Yo, you don't need, you don't need anything. You don't. I got it. One, two, three." Up until the week of the event, 3 days before the event, they told me that the venue no longer, the venue no longer is in operations. And I'm like, wow. So what
Damn.
am I to do? Is it closed down? Am I capable of doing something? What's the protocol and what am I supposed to do now? That whole weekend, that whole week, I'm like, yo, what am I doing? Am I moving it back to Queens? Am I moving it to the city? Am I staying in the city? But where do I have a venue? This is a prime time night. This is a Friday night. Nobody's giving up their venue.
Facts.
By the skin of my teeth, I consistently promoted, and I was like, yo, something is gonna come because now that I put the word out there that I don't have a venue, not to my clients, but to the context that I had, everybody was just on me like, yo, let's figure something out. Let's do this deal. Let's do this deal. Other promoters was telling me, hey, take 50% of this. Or some people was like, yo, cancel it. I was like in the mix of it. And I'm like, yo, the weather is never good in January. So what am I to do? I'm not canceling my birthday party at this point. And I'm not moving it back. I'm not moving it back to Queens because Queens, when I do a big event, I try to do it outside of Queens so people don't mark me as only a Queens event planner.
But it's still big Queens over here, though.
Yeah, facts.
Still big
always,
Queens, but you
always
gotta,
big Queens.
yeah, facts.
So
So, what was it before you? I'm listening. My bad. What was the spot that told you that they couldn't do the party anymore?
honestly, I don't even remember the name of it.
It was in the city.
Matter of fact, I'm lying. It was around the corner from Aces, but it was in Astoria. But it was like right next to it. But nobody ever been inside the spot. But it was a new venue. I have a thing where I like to get new venues for my birthday. Like every year, I try to do a new venue. But
Okay, I fuck
it
with
was
that.
in Astoria, so I end up getting a venue in the city. Actually, I got a venue in the city, and my boy, shout out my boy Tigger, he got it for me last minute.
Fire.
And I'm like, I don't want to. I didn't. The storyline was I didn't want to move. I didn't want to stay in Queens to begin with, but I got the spot in Queens. But they shut me down. So the only spot that I had that was available was in the city, and I was like, yo, it's a stretch to move everything to the city, and people don't really go to the city already. And I'm like 24, 25. So it's like,
Okay.
what are we gonna do? My team was like, yo, just do it. We're not taking no deposit backs. They up the price. They up the bottle prices.
You know they gonna do that.
Yeah, they upped the bottle prices, so I had to let everyone know, yo, it's
Yeah.
gonna be an extra $100 or extra $200 per your
Yeah, that's
package,
tough.
and we just made it work. Honestly,
That's
at
fire.
that
So
point,
they,
yeah,
everybody came up with the extra bread too. How did they act? What they do? What they say?
yeah they wasn't mad because it was my birthday and it was everybody around me had the same birthday, so yo,
Okay,
fuck it, we're gonna do it right anyway. We probably gonna spend more than that anyway, so it is what it is. So
that's facts.
if
That's
it's
good
if
support.
it yeah, if it's shorts, but it ain't, it is what it is.
Yeah, and that's how to those people who don't know. Like, how do you know? From what I'm seeing, like one common thing is that you get a lot of support. You get your crowd, and they move with you in a sense, and what you do. Like how to like somebody who's like a new promoter or somebody coming up. Like, how do you get that? How do you achieve that?
Being right by your people, being good by your people is not money hungry. It's just, business oriented. So you gotta. I have a lot of personal, individual relationships. Like outside of the parties, like they know, even though I meet you at a party, we end up speaking more and more, and they understand like why I would even say something, or why I would say, yo, you're not good tonight, or yo, you gotta pay tonight, bro, because my budget might be high. Are you gonna help me with the, I could be a smart ass and say, yo, are you gonna help me with the budget at the end of the night? Okay, so pay this $20. It is what it is. My friends
Exactly.
understand. My friends will understand that because I'm gonna take care of them 90% of the time. So that 10% that I said no, you can't ever look at me like I always say no.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, definitely do right by your people. You might have way more of a vision, but who are the new promoters right now? Who are the youngins or like the people who are kind of at that age where they're just getting to do like the 21 and ups? Are they any?
No, there definitely is. There's a couple. Bugs is still outside.
Okay, DJ
He's de-
Bugs. Yeah, yeah. He was
yeah,
younger, so he
uh,
definitely had his
yeah,
crowd is probably right at that age right now.
yeah. They're definitely at that turning point to where the bottles is definitely coming in.
Okay.
My son Key to God, DeVito.
DeVito. I heard about DeVito. Bam Bam mentioned DeVito.
Yeah.
I've noticed that the party scene has moved to Queens. Apparently, a lot of things in Brooklyn are getting shut down. Is that true?
hmm There's no spots out in Brooklyn at all. Like,
Really? Damn.
not that I know of. There's more Caribbean spots in Brooklyn, like
Okay.
Soca, Feds, stuff like that.
Yeah. That makes sense. So I guess there's spots. I guess the spots like Shemansky's and Freehold and shit that Skrills does. Those are like very rare of those. There's not many of those.
Yeah, there's not definitely. There's no spots out there in Brooklyn that can hold that many people as much, unless it's a warehouse.
That's
hmm
like raw space territory, pretty
Yeah,
much.
and I think like the area that he's doing it in is a good area as well. Like,
Nah, yeah, it's a good area over there. There's a lot of transplants and a lot of
yeah,
cool kid. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Brooklyn, cool. You know, I guess I see it. I see the vision. It's a great niche. So now, what are your future plans like in terms of what promotion and then what do you have any? I'm curious. Like, would you ever own a club?
I actually have been thinking about it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put more thought process towards it. I at one point I was like, hey, I don't want to deal with the hassle of owning a club, but then again, hey, the hassle. I'm already going through the hassle of bringing the money in.
Mm-hmm.
The
You're already
bill,
doing the sales. You might as well take the full bar.
yeah, I'm already I'm putting the bodies in it. I'm planning it. I'm literally. I don't even call my. I pretty much don't call myself a promoter. I say I'm an event planner because I'm just not posting on the gram and telling people to come outside. I'm
That's a fact.
really going through the email markets, doing the ads,
Yep.
finding out like when people are
Nah,
starting
yeah.
to, yeah, like
Full on
starting to do more,
curation. You're
yeah,
creating the weekly vibes too, like the themes of it. Completely believe that. I feel like promoter is like what that. I just come out of kind of from when I was doing it more that I would always say it, but we
yeah,
were always doing more than promotion. We weren't just
yeah,
selling somebody else's event type shit. It was a lot of work.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so as an event planner in general, do you ever plan on doing? Do you like the? I like the established venues too, but do you ever want to go into like the raw space thing? Do you like bigger raw space stuff?
After COVID, the raw space kind of scares me because I feel like there's a lot of venues where you could work out great partnerships, not even just a deal, partnerships where
Hmm.
you can maximize your money with working with the club opposed to just paying them. The event spaces, the raw event spaces, it brings an idea to life, but you can also do that in the club with less of an overhead.
Yeah, overhead infrastructure. You got to bring in rails and train and fucking risers for sections
Yeah,
and
yeah. That
bar. You got
just
to build
all
out the bar.
that's it's just not it for me all the time. If it's an event where it's gonna have 300 like 1,000 people or better, then it makes sense. But if it's not that or a curated event, it don't really make sense.
No, yeah, that's
Yeah,
facts. That's complete
yeah.
facts. Nah, yeah, your business model is solid. I just kind of like to ask questions just
I,
because
I,
I like to pick your brain about these things. A lot of people they're not really in this field.
Your boy Chances walked in here too.
I got to get Chance on here next, man. Yo, what's
It's
good, Brody?
the interview thing. Yeah, he said, "What's
Nah,
up?"
yeah, nah, yeah. They say I tell him say, yo, P Rock, what up?
He said, "P Rock, what up?" Yeah.
Nah, yeah, man. Event stuff right now in general, providing a vibe, I just think is really important because we're pretty much getting into that age of, I think they call it like the age of loneliness. A lot of people are going to end up, I don't know,
Yeah,
alone, I
yeah,
guess.
that's a fact.
Yeah, having that thing that you can go out to and maybe meet a person, you know what I'm saying? Or do anything,
The great
celebrate your
escape.
birthday.
Your great escape. Your great escape.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
what
The
I call
Great
it.
Escape is very valuable, and I just feel like, all right, everybody could talk about whatever they're doing, but for me, there's just not enough people actually talking about the people who are doing this, especially for New York City. Like Queens, New York is pretty much the biggest part of New York. I mean, it has Brooklyn, but I feel like to come to New York, you have to go to Queens. There's no airports anywhere else. You have to touch Queens first from any part of the world, and then you get in there, and you got places like Astoria, but then you also got places outside,
Right.
further out from where I started, and that's kind of where I did most of my events and stuff like that. Like I said, that's for me, like that is that between there and Miami, Queens, or New York and Miami. That's pretty much the top two event
Mm-hmm.
locations in the world. So yeah, you being on the top of that or just having consistency is a really big deal, and I just feel like you got to know people. People should know, yo. When I touch down in New York, yo, I got to hit up a Chambers event. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty fire. Nah, we about to wrap up. You know, we're gonna be like an hour and change. You don't want to take too much of your time, but I definitely appreciate you talking to me about a lot of different things from the perspective of somebody who is on the top of the New York scene. More people should at least have a local event planner. I know I say promoter as like a tag thing because I used to do the know your promoter thing. Definitely people need to know more, and we'll definitely talk more in the future. So what was the name of the November 3rd event? That's a good one, the Who's Who's.
Yeah, the who's who's.
All
That's what we're
right,
gonna
so
do.
I got to be at
We
the
still
Who's
ain't
Who's.
we still ain't getting into a lot of situations, but as far as events that we could have talked about, but we definitely got next time, right?
Nah, for
So
sure.
yeah,
Like I said, I just don't try to take too much of your time, but like I'm gonna
uh,
definitely have you on. We could just talk about like literally event stories and stuff like that. Right now, we just get the base episodes for people just to know who everybody is. But I definitely want to have you on multiple times because I want to also give somewhat of a voice digitally to what you're doing and anybody that I know what they're doing, so that we just have it a little more documented. You know what I'm saying?
nah, this is a dope idea, bro. I definitely congratulate you on this as well.
Oh yeah.
This is
I
smart. This is definitely smart. It's a different avenue for you, and
yeah, I appreciate it.
you always been one to think outside the box. Where did he come up with this, or what is he doing? You was one of those that gave the discount codes.
Oh yeah, the promo code, discount code
Promo code.
shit.
Yeah. Tickets sold out at 3.
Yeah.
Nah,
Yo, I
nah.
appreciate that,
I
man.
ain't gonna give up all your secrets just in case you come back.
They not my secrets no more, man. Everybody else already do it. Shit. I mean, like I said, what I want to do, bro, definitely talk to more individuals who are extremely influential and chop it up. And at some point, yeah, if I can add value to anything you're doing over there with, what my resources are, I would definitely want to do that. And if anybody in my network, because the nightlife shift is great. Shit is great. I'm technically retired, but on special dates, any promoter on any given date, on a New Year's or Halloween,
I
you
know,
never really
yeah.
retire.
Yeah, nah, that's a fact. Now
Yeah,
that I
and
know, but yeah.
yeah, definitely, man. Definitely want to be able to add value and help out in this space without having to actually be in it right now because of what I'm doing. But definitely wanted to give you your flowers. Definitely glad to hear everything is on the up and up on your end. And we even gave upcoming promoters advice. There's a lot of jewels for just how you can establish yourself pretty much. Have you ever had a 9 to 5? No, right?
Before I started parties, yeah, I did. I was working. I worked 3 jobs before, and I just like it ain't really my cup of tea.
No, yeah, I know. I'm the same way in a sense. I've seen, like I was talking to Bam Bam, like you've literally made a career out of doing events.
Yeah,
That's a major thing. That's a real
scaling your
entrepreneur.
business, scaling your business.
Yep, scaling your business. We don't get a lot of credit for that, but literally as an example here, this is years in the making, at least 10,
Yeah,
and
10.
tens years.
I'm gonna do no champagne 11.
Yeah, there you go. No champagne 11. And like I said, only events I'm gonna really make an effort to come out to are like I said, yours and maybe something Skrills is doing. But
No,
for
I
the most
appreciate
part,
that,
yeah,
bro.
man.
I definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, man. But it's great. It's great talking to you, man. Anything you want to promote?
Mr. Chambers NYC.com. That's my website. Y'all can book your birthdays, any given day. Instagram is Mr. Chambers NYC. Hashtag Trust in Chambers. Same thing as what is it? What do they got nowadays? Twitter, the X is now new X.
X.
X and
Everything
TikTok.
the same on X.
Yeah, everything the same on X and TikTok.
And I'm going to just say this. We're professionals. We do a very great job of what we do. But y'all lucky I ain't start talking about all the girls' chambers. I ain't going to say nothing, though. You know what I'm saying? On that note, thank you, Mr. Chambers, man. Appreciate you for coming aboard, talking to us, Legends of the Nightlife, man. We're out of here.
All right, Brody. Appreciate you.
All right. Peace, man. Appreciate you.
All right.
Oh, yo, one thing.
Yep.
I need your top 5 Legends of the Nightlife.
Compton, GQ, y'all when y'all was in the game.
Okay, you can't put us in. We can't put us in. You can't put us in. But I appreciate that, though.
When y'all was in the game, y'all had it. There's so many people that I'm not in communication with, honestly. But it's a lot. Those are the 2 I could give you, honestly.
But in general, you got people that maybe, like you said,
No, the reason why I mentioned them because it's they do stuff that is out the ordinary. I'm doing 4 events a night, but they could possibly doing 5 a night,
a night.
Yeah, I'm doing 4 in a week.
Yeah. God
and
damn.
concerts, one of them had an event that had 4,000 people in it.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out my way to get to that level, So
yeah, Compton and GQ.
Yeah, that's what you call legendary, something that you want to be able to achieve. In a sense.
Nah, facts. So you got Compton, GQ. Come on, we got 3 more. Let's see.
Cruz, Chance.
Yeah, got to put Cruz and Chance in there for sure. Very great.
The consistency of the events that they've been doing is definitely at a high pace.
And everybody, and Cruz has some very great looking women in his crowd.
Yeah.
Everybody has great women looking women in their crowd, honestly. But
I understand why you definitely singled out Cruz. He definitely does.
Yeah. Okay, but definitely. Okay, so now we got Compton, GQ. Okay, we got one more.
James Jones and Shannon. They're like this. So
James Jones and Shannon.
Yep.
Okay, bad. That's fire.
When they was in the element.
They not doing events right now.
They actually own the spot. So
they own which spot?
Lost in Paradise.
Oh wow, and they doing events there.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was already in Compton DM. Yo, man, I need that interview.
he might not never.
Nah, he
Nah,
cool. He said he.
nah,
I gotta see. It was somebody else who's like pretty legendary. Oh, King Kino. I think it was King
Oh
Kino.
yes, yes, definitely. King Kino,
Yes, King
definitely.
Kino, man. Compton.
Yeah,
We're gonna get Compton, man. Come on now. There's no way.
Kino definitely. Kino and Doobie, they
Yep,
definitely.
Doovie. Yeah, there's some great ones out there. I know it's more than you can name, but I love to ask that just because
Yeah,
everybody's,
nah, I should have definitely mentioned them as well, but yeah,
it's all
those
good,
guys
man.
who.
We got extras in here because, like I said, you know the one. I'll give you more than five. All right, man.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you too. Thank you for taking the time out. All right.
All right, bro.
All right, bro. Peace.